Everybody, H48 here, and okay, I'm really not in a good mood now. So, something earlier happened today that really frustrated me. That's one thing that's annoying me. And then there's the other thing that this is my fourth take of this video because, well, pretty much the other times, either, like, I had lost my train of thought or something, or I made this whole thing too long. So I'm just gonna do this really quick and just explain all the key points of what happened in my other takes. Okay, so earlier today I had a indoor soccer game, and the team that we played, they were compared to pretty much what the opposition was, like the rest of the opposition in the league. They were pretty good. They weren't better than us, but they were like a similar level. Okay, so throughout the first half, they get a really good start off to the game and just get the upper hand. And yeah, they're on the upper foot the whole entire first half. But, good thing for us, we managed to keep it 0-0. So no one scored at halftime. And then the second half, it started off a little bit like that. But it was until I scored and gave us a 1-0 lead, making my tally for the season 4 goals and 1 assist in 6 matches. But what was going to happen now is that the other team, they just resorted to long balls, and at this point we were going to win the game, or either that or just score another goal to, just wrap it all up. But that was going to happen. And what had happened, the reason why it didn't was because the referee. Now, this isn't... The referee, he just didn't do one bad call. He didn't do just 2, or 3, or 4. This was just multiple bad calls that he kept doing. And then, what had happened was, the first one was like a bad call. The rest of them was just him it wasn't even because we did something bad. It was just his emotion. Like his emotions that were doing this. And I'll explain this. Okay, so let's just before we get into that, let's just explain what happened on the first bad call. The first bad call, so the ball came in and then we managed to clear it out. So then like some people on the other team tried to, this was just wishful thinking and just started calling out handball, even though there wasn't a handball. So the ref, he didn't, like, what happened was he let us play on. And, like, by playing on, we played pretty much almost a minute after this had happened. We had gotten an attack, gotten a shot off, and won a corner kick. But before we took the corner kick, see what he had done was he called the play back for a penalty kick on something that he had waved off before. So I'm pretty much, this is when everybody in the whole entire room just erupts, because you're not allowed to do that as a referee. You have to, if you're going to make a call, especially one that's a big decision, like a really big decision, like a penalty kick, you have to make that right there, just straight after it happens. That, or, you give the other team an advantage or something. But no, if the other team then just gets the ball, and then they go on and play, and they just play for like a long amount of time, like after this incident, then you can't call it back. You just can't call it back because it's unfair to the other team. That if you didn't think it was a penalty before, you cannot just think like minutes after that it was now and just stop the play just in mid play and then just call a penalty kick. You just cannot do that. So when they got a penalty kick, they scored. So it's 1-1. We're all really frustrated, but we can still do this. So it was turning out kind of well, and then we had a kick in, and we have kick ins because we don't really we just don't do throw-ins in our league. We just kick the ball in. Okay, so we had kick-ins, and we had one from our side of the field. And most of our team is pushed up, like, so we can get the ball when the ball comes in. So, the ref, just because he wanted to, nobody complained that it was the other team's ball. It was clearly our ball. We had won the kick-in, and nobody complained. But the ref, just to be a nuisance, decided to overturn the play and let the other team just play straight away. So this is really unfair because all of our team is pushed up. They had like 2 strikers back. So then they just now have the downright cheat to just immediately start playing, catch us off guard, and score, which they did, and we were just furious. Because you just cannot do that. You really just cannot do that. I mean, okay, compare a ref to, like, a judge. Like, in both cases, you are not allowed to be biased. Because it is unfair to the person that you are being biased against. So, I mean, even if it's not a judge, referee, that's the same thing. It's not fair to the other team. So, this happens, we're really mad. And what even makes this worse is that he just wants to become more of a nuisance. And, like, he does this for, like, 7, 8, 12 more times. We'll have a kick in, and he'll just overturn it and say it's the other team's ball, when it's clearly our ball. So, this has just happened so far. And then, while he's trying to explain himself, which he does terribly at, I mean, he has no, like, he cannot back himself up with this. Like, he'll do these bad decisions, but he won't be able to back himself up, other than he just wanted to do this just to annoy us. So, this is terrible. We're trying everything we can, even though the ref is basically just against us. And what's even worse is, while he's, you know, talking to these people and stuff and stopping the play, he's wasting time, because he doesn't stop the clock, or not even give us any additional time at all. Yeah, so he doesn't give us any additional time for any of this. And basically, the other team, what they're now just doing, they're just wasting time in the final few minutes. And I remember the other team had a kick in, and the ref just starts talking to him about something that happened like a minute ago. It doesn't even matter. Like, he just said like that you almost had a handball, and saying that, like, just hit your shoulder. So then I almost shout out the ref. Like, this is so close to being shouting, but I just tell him, no, don't talk to him. Just let him play. We do not have time for this. Okay. So, yeah, he didn't let him play. And then a little bit later came this other point. It was a goal kick, but then the ball, you know, it somehow ended up on the sideline. And since the other team, they were just like walking, taking their time, getting it. But, you know, to be honest, you only have 5 seconds, like, after the ball goes out, you know, to restart the play. And so this other team's just taking forever. The ref's not even saying anything to them. So what I do, I just get the ball and quickly play it back to their goalkeeper. Yeah, so I just play a pass to their goalkeeper. You know what their goalkeeper does? The goalkeeper kicks the ball away and then just starts complaining, saying that I'm doing an attack on him. So then I'm just... I'm not even gonna let him... I didn't even let him complain. I just shouted at him, oh my god. I mean, I'm sorry for saying God's name in vain, but I was just like, oh my gosh. Get the ball! So... he's taking forever, and then he eventually takes the goal kick. So now we don't really have that much time left, my team, and this really just caps it all off. This really just caps it all off on a terrible note. So last play of the game, it's only seconds left. This is like 10 seconds left. What happened, and what we do in these 10 seconds, our right back pushes up. Well, he just gets the ball and goes up the field and takes a shot, and puts like a lot of power on it. Their goalkeeper spills the ball, so he dropped it, and our striker was there. Our striker, he was there to tap the ball in. So then, like with just seconds left, we tie up the game. No, but the thing was, the ref had the nerve to stop and end the game right before our striker scored. Like, it's like he just stops us right before the ball just crosses the line and ends the game and doesn't count the goal. And now we lost. So I'm just at like the brink right now. Okay, and I remember like throughout the game. I mean, because throughout the game, I was like mad, and to vent my frustration and anger, like so I don't take it out on a person, is I would punch and kick like the wall that was by me. Like it would just be like maybe like one kick and one punch, and then I'll just sit back down and watch the rest of the game. I mean, I'm just doing this just so I don't just attack somebody, just because they took the ball from me or something. So what happens after the game, my dad then comes to me and says, tells me that he doesn't really respect my decision to kick the wall and stuff. So I'm trying to explain my point to him that, like, I mean, if you can't really expect a teenager to just go through something calmly. Like, say if there's something that they're really working hard on, but you can't let them just calmly watch as it's just being taken away from them, like, unfairly. And people say stuff like, be the adult here. Okay, you cannot expect a teenager to, maybe like be calm and basically be the adult, when every other adult in the room is just like shouting and screaming and kicking and stuff, like really angry. You cannot, I mean, they're just really angry and start shouting all this stuff. I'm just doing a kick, punch, and done. So that just even made everything even worse. And yeah, so that's why now I'm here, and now I'm just like this. So yeah, that's basically all that happened. So this has been NationHero48. I really do not feel like doing my outro anymore. Well, not anymore, just like in this video. So, bye.